match. As long as we get Celtics up there, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
You know, we are. I think that's all that matters.
Well, you don't want to see the Heat? Is Lowry hurt again?
He came back last night.
He played, and he actually had a pretty solid game.
He had a solid game.
Hate to say that, but
he had a solid game.
I like Lowry.
Yeah, he had a solid game. I'm not a fan of Larry. You know, Larry, he flops too much for me. But he built like a bulldog. You know,
he went to the Chris Paul School of Defense and Flopping. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's you know like that. I guess that makes sense why those kind of players are not my favorite. You know, the floppy types, victimizers. You know,
Sam. I don't like flopping at all. When I went to basketball camp, they used to show us how to like take charges. I'm like, yo, we're just flopping onto a mat over here. This is flopping, you know?
You gotta actually get hit.
Yeah. I don't mind, and this is before Chris Paul's even in the league. I didn't mind when like Derek Fisher did it. I didn't mind when John Stockton, he was a dirty player. I didn't mind when they did it because they were small, and that's like part of their game. But it's like when I see Luka do it and I see LeBron do it, like that's
Everyone
why
does it these days. Yeah.
I can't stand the big dudes, and your boy Kobe never did it. That's why I respect Kobe. Kobe was a G. You know, Kobe didn't. You know, you wouldn't see him exaggerating like that. You know,
go out and be tough. You know,
there's some guys. Kawhi doesn't. You know,
Kawhi right.
Kawhi is business only.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw in there a quick side conversation. How do you two feel about Marcus Smart's defense and his DPOY status? Do you think that's valid? Do you think he is a great defender? Do you think, you know, obviously I think a lot of people think he definitely flops right here and there to pull some calls, but go ahead and dive into that a little bit.
I think one-on-one on-ball defender, he's great. He's a hustler. You know, he will die for every ball. He will sacrifice his body and all of that. But like you mentioned, the flopping part, I'm not a fan of. You know, I like him because, you know, he gets the team involved and engaged as well. You know, he's not just, you know, playing a good, you know, defensive game just one-on-one. Like he's talking to everybody, making sure you're logged in as well, you know. So like he's a great defender, you know, he's a great team defender as well. But like again, I said, you know, everybody has their flaws. You know, I think that's his flaw with it, like with the flopping and with the whole complaining, and then he might dive on your ankle and get you out, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? But
so dirty, you're saying that was dirty.
A little dirty, a little dirty.
A little grimy.
No,
intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Okay.
Not
malicious.
Not malicious.
Not Bruce Bowen.
A little too much. Like, bro, the ball is in front of him. Why are you diving over his? You know what I mean? I didn't think he did it on purpose, but I was upset because why? You know, one, he took you know, like a guy's out. You know, regardless who is Steph or not. You know, I think anybody. You know. It's too much. You hate to see, you know, I've been an athlete myself, you know, I hate to see it. So you hate to see guys go down. So yeah, sometimes it's like, come on, bro, relax. That's why I'm not a fan of, you know, Kyle Lowry, because he does that, you know, a lot as well. But yes, I think this year, it was a lot of guys that could have, you know, won it. But he was worthy of winning it. I don't think it was a reach. I think he deserved it. I think Matisse Thybulle on, you know, the Sixers. I'm not saying this because I'm a Sixers fan, but he had over.
Thybulle was awesome.
He's amazing.
Great
you know,
defender.
he had over 130 steals, over 75 blocks. You know, like or about 75. You know, he was up there. You know, as a guard. So yeah, there are guys that he went up against, but his numbers, you know, Marcus Smart's numbers are incredible as well. So now,
Simmons could have been in there, but he decided to take this season off.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But I agree, Sam. I do agree with him being Defensive Player of the Year. Suns fans thought Bridges had an argument, and they call him the Warden, which is kind of cool.
Right.
But you know, part of being a defensive presence is having that Draymond type of leadership. And do you think that a Marcus Smart on the Suns would let that Game 7 happen?
No way.
You know, like that's what I like about Smart. You know, again, I'm pretty self-aware. I root for a player that crosses the line between gamesmanship and dirty. So yeah, does Smart do that? Yes. But I absolutely think he's a great team defender, a great help defender, great individual defender. He deserved the award. One thing, and you know, my friend Steve's a big proponent of this. We'll have him on another time. But one thing that makes me crazy that Smart does, but everyone does it. It's an epidemic at this point. Is going up. It's like drawing the charge when the guy's already in the air, But I'm not blaming Smart for that. He's not trying to injure anybody. That's just the way the game's been for the last 10, 15 years. And it's just like, I'm always like, make a play on the ball or get the fuck out of the way. Like, just do something. Like, you're not going to draw, act like it's pickup ball. You know, don't just jump under the guy when he's flying up in the air. And it's like, what is he supposed to do?
But when it's Giannis, what's your game plan there?
Giannis doesn't count. Giannis screws everything up. He gets every call.
He just different set of rules. But again, you got to also think about it. You know, sometimes you're taking the fun away from the game a little bit. You know, sometimes they take a charge and you're like, it's Giannis. Shit, how else do you stop him? You know?
No, that's a good point. I don't have a good answer for that.
But then it's like, because of Giannis, then it ruins it for everybody else. One time, Ja Morant might be in the air, 6'2", flying. Somebody takes a charge, or it could have been a great dunk.